Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Second Amendment. Yesterday, two major landmark cases that had made its way to the Supreme Court, made their way to the Supreme Court, were denied certiorari, which means, in legal terms and old jargon, that they refused to take up the cases. The first one was the Binderup case. It was Binderup versus Sessions, which was out of Philadelphia. And that case involved misdemeanors and how they affect someone's ability to become a prohibited person or not. And the second one was the one that we were all hoping would change the landscape of how courts perceive the Second Amendment across the country. And that was Peruta v. California. The Peruta case is huge, was huge, because San Diego County severely restricts the ability of someone's a right, basically. It's your Second Amendment right. It's a God-given right, but they won't let anybody get a concealed carry permit unless you show good cause. And the fact that you want to protect yourself or you think that you're in danger is not good enough cause, just in and of itself. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're like a target, which isn't the way the Second Amendment was written. It's not the way that the Heller case was decided. And the shocking part was there were only two justices that wanted to take this case up. I had hopes because they were every week they was just being like they were kicking the can down the line. They didn't say no to the case, but they didn't say yes either. They were just redistributing it every week. So after a couple months, I kind of thought that we would hear something one way or another, either this week or next week. And unfortunately, it came out this week that they didn't want to hear it. It got denied certiorari. And only Justice Neil Gorsuch and Justice Clarence Thomas wanted to take this case up. In fact, Clarence Thomas, who was joined by Neil Gorsuch, blasted his co-workers on the court, saying that it's a, quote, distressing trend of treating the Second Amendment as a disfavored right. Clarence Thomas went on to say that the framers made a clear choice. They reserved to all Americans the right to bear arms for self-defense. This is him speaking. I do not think we should stand by idly while states deny citizen rights, particularly when their lives may depend on it. Even if other members of the court do not agree that the Second Amendment likely protects the right to public carry, the time has come for the court to answer this important question definitively. He pointed out that federal circuit courts have reached different conclusions and therefore irrevocably split on the pressing constitutional matter. So he's calling them right out, saying, listen, the decisions on the federal level are in shambles. We need to pull this together. This other quote was nice to read too. He says, the court has already suggested that the Second Amendment protects the right to carry firearms in public in some fashion. As we explained in Heller, landmark case, if you haven't read it, look it up. As we explained in Heller, to bear arms means to wear, bear, or carry upon the person or in the clothing or in a pocket for the purpose of being armed and ready for offensive or defensive actions in case of conflict with another person. I find it extremely improbable that the framers understood the Second Amendment to protect little more than carrying a gun from the bedroom to the kitchen. Mic drop moment. Clarence Thomas, thank you for having the balls to finally say what should have been said all along. Thank you for finally doing it. Neil Gorsuch, thank you for stepping up. This case could have been huge. Could have been huge for us. I understand the flip side and while it could be good that they didn't take this up, because this very well could have been the case that destroyed what we commonly know as our right to keep and bear arms, and it probably could have led to something really, really bad if that happened. I don't know about you. How do you feel about this? Are you surprised? Are you pissed off? Do you care either way? I live by the motto that it's better to be tried by 12 than carried by 6. This could have made it a whole lot easier for those who live in states like California, New York, and Maryland, and Illinois, and Massachusetts, and Connecticut. You get what I mean. Now, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned the probability that I was working with Liberty Doll to do a collaboration. Well, good news, we have been making progress, and we should have a date soon. So for all of you who left a lot of messages, thank you. We appreciate the support and look forward to seeing something from us both in the very near future. This is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you like the Second Amendment news. Until we see each other again, I appreciate your time. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.